Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Man, We're Too Old for This, here on the Nerd Troll Network. I'm your host, the experience of some call Jason, and with me today is...
Blurred Dawn of the Ville, the Todd Father.
The token passing interference, Tarky.
CDL-113, the droid you're looking for.
And today we're going to talk about the last 4 episodes of What If. We did one a while back on the first 5?
Yeah.
So now we're going to wrap her up.
Turns out there wasn't a good halfway point, so it worked out in our favor.
Well, you know, they did an odd number,
supposed-
so you can't split them evenly in half.
There was supposed to be 10, but they went, fuck this.
Yeah, I have heard I've heard some talk of the deleted episode.
It was just all of them on a beach afterwards partying.
It's the shawarma. What
Like
if
Party Thor 2.
what if they went to get pizza instead of shawarma?
And then Doctor Strange went, wait, couldn't we have also just grabbed a bunch of Infinity Stones from alternate universes and been on equal standing with him? Except there's multiples of us? Wow, we really didn't think this through.
Yeah, I don't think they have time.
Before we get off too weird, who wants to give us a rundown of episode 6? What if Killmonger rescued Tony Stark?
I can do that one.
Okay.
Killmonger rescued Tony Stark in Afghanistan, changed his plan from Black Panther the movie. Ta-da!
And what changed about it?
Oh, instead of working from the Wakandan side out, he worked from the American side in. And truthfully, was a hell of a lot more successful.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, it is easier to get the warmongering country to warmonger.
Yeah. When he worked from the American side, setting up Wakanda, this whole nation of so-and-so's dead. Shit, America was quick to go, yeah, fuck them.
Yep.
And then he goes, so yeah, he went about that all wrong. Don't go to the isolationist, peaceful nation trying to get them to start shit. That goes against character. Go to the motherfuckers that's been at war most of their existence.
Yeah. The entire time we've been a country, we've only had, 16 years of peace?
Yeah,
I mean, real small, you know. But, yeah, one of the things I liked about that episode was, okay, why are you happen to be there? Oh, I was on a clandestine mission. But every time he did something, there was always that little, okay, when's the shoe? And when the shoe drops, you're like, oh, damn. Yeah, because he would smoke people like...
Yeah, but that's the trick. That's where they kind of play with your expectations. Because when that episode starts, the Watcher's talking about, if things were different, it's almost like it was going to be a redemptive story. Yeah, and like I've pointed out to people online, that story wasn't what if T'Chaka hadn't killed his father. It was what if Killmonger saved Tony Stark. He was Killmonger. Everything that it fucked up, the thing that fucked up his life was being left orphaned in a ghetto. That wasn't different.
Yeah, but you see, the audience went, oh, he's got a white friend now. Everything will be okay.
Yeah. Well, he had a white friend then. He had Claw.
Claw was always a tool he was using.
He had a rich, successful white friend. Everything will be okay.
Claw was a billionaire, I'll just point that out.
Yeah, Claw was rich and successful. And, he had a slightly less racist white friend. Where, Claw was South African, so you wasn't going to expect much from him. When they got to the border of Wakanda, he called him boy. I was like, woo, you just signed your damn death warrant.
Yeah. I said that when Jennifer and I were watching it, and Claw says that, I'm like, woo, dead now. And she said, why?
I mean, you was probably dead anyway. But now he's going to enjoy shooting your ass.
You went ahead and washed away any doubt.
Yep.
Unlike poor Tony Stark, who, he did say, I was hoping you wasn't going to make the cut. Because he didn't want to kill Tony. He was like, yeah, you pretty, I ain't fucking around with you. You pretty cool, I was really hoping you wasn't going to make the cut. But oh, stab. Cut.
Yep. Well, that's like when him and Rhodey were talking. Oh, yeah. Hey.
Well, Rhodey was, and I was going back and forth with a dude this morning about that. He was like, what did he kill Rhodey? Yeah, he looked at Rhodey as a coon. Rhodey was a sellout.
Yeah.
I said, he tells him as much before he died. You walk around wearing their flag. Oh, my God, what the hell's wrong with you? I said, and he's a psychopath.
He is like when I was talking with somebody, he was a SEAL. No, he may have joined the SEALs and he did their training. He did this. Everything he did was just another rung on the ladder to get to Wakanda and get his revenge.
Yeah.
And I said, there is no happy ending when you got a guy that's that dedicated. You know, like I gotta, step and fetch for a couple of years to get the training I need. Okay, fine. I can smile. And
I can smile and practice killing people so that
Yeah.
later I can kill the people I want.
Yep.
Where Rhodey is career military.
Killmonger just saw it as a
He knew what he was going to have to fight, and he knew he was going to have to train to fight it.
mm-hmm.
And the thing is, that's what a lot of people don't get. Is they go, well, he was doing this. Yeah, he wasn't. The revenge part of his thing is revenge on Wakanda and America, because he don't like neither one of them motherfuckers.
Yep.
America's racist as hell. He don't like America. Wakanda abandoned him in racist ass America, so he don't like them motherfuckers either. He wasn't setting them up to win. He was setting them up to fuck each other up.
Yep.
I mean, that's literally his whole thing, because when they catch him in the last episode, you notice he's looking out the window and you seeing all hell breaking loose. He's like, it's nice.
Yeah.
So moving on, we had episode 7 was What If Thor Were an Only Child? Danny, tell us what happens if Thor is an only child.
Did you say me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Instead of Odin bringing home Loki, Loki stays with the Frost Giants and, becomes prince in his own realm. And Thor basically becomes
A frat boy.
a frat boy. Every time you turn around, he's up to mischief one place or another because he didn't have to be the responsible one.
He was. I've seen the first Thor movie, Danny. He was never the responsible one.
Well, compared to how he is in this, yeah, he was a little more responsible. But in this one, he's
frat boy.
Yeah, he was a frat
He's
boy.
an intergalactic frat boy.
He only lived to party and get chicks, and not necessarily in that order. I mean, when he threw a party, it was a planet-wide party.
And a lot of times it would destroy your planet.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those things of,
He became Galactus, but instead of eating your shit, he partied that motherfucker till the wheels fell off.
yeah.
To the point that the guy that's supposed to cause Ragnarok is sitting there going, well, of course I'm going to that fucking party.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got, aliens from all over the galaxy showing up to his ragers. I mean, when you
Shit, you had the Grandmaster was his DJ.
yeah. But I'm saying you got two galactic empires that are at war with each other that go, hey, we at Thor's party. We gonna party like it's 1999. We gonna let it go for now. But after
I'm
the party,
out on the war. Got to go to the kegger.
yeah. But you sitting there, you watching all these different folks showing up. It's like, my God.
Yeah, that was the one that was Easter egg heavy.
Yeah.
Good Lord, you had all kind of damn people. That damn.
Oh, Jason, your duck friend was in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Howard the
Yes.
Duck was in it and got
Howard
married.
popped up in a few of these episodes.
Yeah, he popped up in a couple.
But yeah, in this one, he gets married to
Darcy.
I started to call her Marcy, but I knew that wasn't right. And then Thor ends up with a damn tattoo on his arm, which I want to know where they found a needle that could tattoo him.
Vibranium, adamantium, this stuff.
Yeah,
Space needles.
yeah, that's true.
Whatever Thanos' sword is made out of,
But you had all that going on, and he would wait till his dad would slip down into the Odin sleep and then go party. And then it's like, oh yeah, Mom, we're going such and such. We're going to study.
She would go study. Yeah, I'm going to study.
And I like how at the end of it, when they go tell her, "Hey, your son's out here and he's causing trouble," and she's like, "Excuse me, I've got to leave," because she went to book club, and then she sucks up on Earth. By this point, oh my God, Mom's coming, and everybody pitched in to help. Oh, hello, and got the chalkboard set up, and he's standing there with reading glasses on with a book.
Everybody but the Grandmaster and the chick that is his aide de camp, because they were in the little old people hover rounds going, well, time to get out of here. Me.
Yeah. But it was just so funny when she shows up. Oh, well, hello, Mother. I didn't see you there.
It was
And
all
he's
good.
arranged chalkboards and is
Yeah.
telling people about the history of Earth, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was all good until Mjolnir showed up with like Mardi Gras beads and shit.
Yeah.
hanging
Spray
all-
paint.
And a pair of underwear. But yeah, Jennifer and I watched that one, and she giggled through that because she thought it was funny because, you know,
Cause it was funny.
well,
It was meant to be a lighthearted one.
yeah, but she's only known Thor through the movies or what I've told her. And so, you know, she liked Helmsworth as Thor, but it was like, okay, he was a little more serious in the movie. And then here it's like, oh my God.
Yeah,
She's
really Thor was a doof.
Yeah, she said this was like watching some of them, you know, Surf Boy movies, you know, from back in the day. And
I also found it funny that Loki, while not having to like connive and cheat to try to win a throne, was so relaxed.
Yeah.
yeah,
Outrageously relaxed.
Was a hell of a lot better person.
yeah, I like when he first shows up and they start insulting each other and hug it out, and it's like, what?
That's the only time I've ever seen Loki happy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
You sit there and go, man, Odin really should have left him the fuck where he found him. Because he was much happier.
Yep.
Surprise, surprise. Not stealing a child away from their family and then raising them half-heartedly makes them a better person.
Yep. But yeah, when you were seeing the after effects of the party, it was like, oh crap, we got to go fix this. I mean, they had to go around the planet and put stuff back together and patch it up. I'm like, oh man.
Well, they turned the St. Louis Ark up and were going to use it as a slingshot.
Yeah.
Hey, Thor, watch this. Oh, no, Mother's coming.
The Leaning Tower, they straightened it up. Oh crap, we did this. Let's straighten it up.
Let's see. I'm also glad for that the fight scene that happened kind of painted it as you pretty sure Thor would have been stronger in the fight he was in had he been a serious person.
Yeah. And you have people online pissed off about that. How dare you say that Captain Marvel is not the bestest ever? It's a god. It's a god. She's fighting a fucking god. He ought to be starting her. Yeah, and you get the distinct impression that if she'd have fought a Thor that was an actual warrior and not a doof, she'd got her ass beat.
Yeah. Because, you know.
Because he was full on kind of, this is fun. You know?
Yeah, I thought we were playing, you know. Because you got the impression that he got into a few bar fights on these other worlds, and that's what he thought this was. And then all of a sudden, oh, you're serious. But so, you know.
And the creme de la creme, when he set Mjolnir on her chest and she couldn't lift it, he just pinned it.
Yeah.
How dare her not be worthy of Mjolnir? She should be able to lift Mjolnir without worthy.
Yeah, that, for me, that.
Apparently, Hemsworth wants to be a comedian. You notice his Thor's gotten goofier and goofier as time goes on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have, to be fair, as an actor, you have more longevity as a comedy actor.
Yeah, we do like the wrestlers and trying to segue.
Yeah.
Serious. Well, you know, actiony. Maybe a serious something here, then comedy.
That seems to be his niche. Because it's like he's a good live action Thor, but you can kind of tell that he likes the comedic stuff. He was actually the best part of Ghostbusters 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
He was literally the only damn thing I laughed at in that movie.
I loved when he would take his glasses off that didn't have glass in them and pretend to clean the lid. And then they took his sandwich away. He took his sandwich away.
Getting a little distracted so that we could bring up Ghostbusters again. Which I think is now the single movie we've brought up the most in our...
Quite possibly. But moving on to the next episode, what if Ultron won?
No. Thought it was zombies.
Zombies was
Dude,
fine.
Zombies was number five. We talked about that last time.
Because remember, the party Thor was
That's right. Yeah, what if Ultron won?
So who wants to break down this one?
Yeah. It's about to
Well, The problem is that they don't explain it for garbage.
No, not really.
They just say, well, in your world, you know, they got the, was it casket?
Yeah.
Cradle?
The whole thing, the whole difference was, Ultron actually got the body that ended up becoming the Vision in the main universe.
But what I hate the most is they just say that and then skip over all the cool stuff of him killing people.
Yeah.
And then go, okay, now you're at the end of the world where the two most basic human members
Are the ones that are alive.
are the ones that are still able to run around for extended periods of time against what does he have right now? Oh, all 6 Infinity Stones, where he could literally think and know how many people are alive on the planet.
Well, no, he only had the one.
Oh, at that point in time?
Yeah. He conquered the planet with just the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
And it was after he had beat all. And it was after that he kind of wiped all them out. That Thanos showed up. And he was like, "Oh, this is neat." Zit, and cut him in half and took the other 5.
Yeah. I love the memes that are going, he could have done that? Wouldn't that have been
Had that argument online too. He could, now I'm looking at Vision funny. Why was Ultron able to do it? Because it was Ultron. Vision was Jarvis. Jarvis was not particularly violent. Ultron was a goddamn killing machine.
Yeah.
Well, there's also the fact that it's a half-hour show, so they just did that to be funny. Nobody doing the math on who had the most stones.
Well,
kind of like how Captain Marvel could be stronger than Thanos, and she's powered by a knockoff of one gem.
Yeah, I was literally about to say they do that in the movies.
to be fair to them slightly in this universe, the stones kind of have to wait for you to actively use them.
Mm-hmm.
In this unit, like in the cinematic universe, you kind of see them glow as someone activates them.
Yep. Whereas when the comic books, when you had them, that was just you. As long as you had that stone, it was an innate something. There's been nothing about the MCU's Infinity Stones that's been very comic accurate. No.
Yeah. So like it's a different version.
Because let's be honest, Thor planted Stormbreaker in Thanos' chest, and he had the full gauntlet. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
He literally had the full gauntlet and was trying to blast Stormbreaker out of the air, and hell, it spun right through that blast and landed in his damn chest. So, I've always kind of hated the way they did the Infinity Gems in the MCU, truthfully. But I know why they had to do them like that, because in the books you had it, you were God. You weren't a God, you weren't kind of a God, you were God. You did what
You were the end all be all.
Yeah. So there was no more surprising you or any of that kind of shit, because you omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. So
You could surprise people if you were distracting them, because the Silver Surfer does almost snatch the gauntlet off of his hand.
Yeah, Jason, what did they do? Mephisto had tricked him into cutting himself off from all the input. That was the whole reason the heroes had sacrificed themselves, because he had frozen them. He was going to kill them. And Mephisto got in his ear and said, hey, death can get turned on by a fight. And Thanos is like, they can't do anything to me. He was like, but what if you cut off, basically, but isn't it within your power to do it? He said, yeah, I'll cut myself off from all sensory input from time, space, reality. I will keep limitless power, but it will give them a 0.05% chance of victory. And that's the reason why Surfer was almost able to snatch the glove off, because after Surfer missed, he goes, oh my God, what have I been doing? Let myself be all that I'm supposed to be, and he re-empowers himself. Yeah. The heroes were just fighting him with the Power Stone. He could do all the tricks, but he wasn't omniscient anymore. Yeah, that's the whole point of that book.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could surprise him when he cut off his omniscience.
But regardless, back to the actual story.
Yes. What does Ultron do with all the Infinity Gems?
He then becomes Brainiac. Congratulations. That's it.
Yeah. He
He becomes Brainiac to the point of even having a giant fake face be his ship.
Yeah.
And then goes around destroying planets for peace.
Well, it goes around destroying multiverses.
Yeah.
Well, it starts at planets. Because he kills his entire universe off.
Well, yeah.
And then sits in contemplation.
And then when he realizes,
And then the Watcher starts talking shit for no good reason, just to tell you how amazing this fucking Ultron is. Ultron hears his fucking gabbing on and goes, "Oh, there's other shit to kill."
Well, the Watcher watched Ultron wipe out a universe and basically went, "Oh shit," which I'm pretty sure would be the proper reaction to seeing a homicidal robot take out a universe. Is like, "Oh fuck," and then
It's a droid.
Right, but he's talking of, while in quiet contemplation, he began to ascend to a higher plane of consciousness. Oh,
distinct impression.
right.
Yeah, you got the distinct impression that the Watcher was shocked that he was like, oh shit. He's like, he heard me. Because that's just it. The Watcher's not used to things being able to perceive him.
You know, he took Doctor Strange really, really jacking himself up to do it.
Yeah, and you have a thing with 6 Infinity Stones.
Well, that would be the question. Would the Watcher even really know what all 6 of the Infinity Stones would do together? I mean, how often has it happened?
depends on the universe you look at. So the Watcher might know that, hey, you know, somebody with the 6 Infinity Stones is going to be powerful. Have they noticed him?
But if one has never noticed him before, he may not know they could notice him.
But he knows an adequately powerful being can, and the Infinity Stones are supposed to be,
That's
quote
fair.
unquote, the stoutest.
I mean, granted, magic is weird.
Yeah, and that gets covered later. But also, then becomes the part that makes me the angriest.
What's that?
Because Disney can't keep a fucking story straight.
Yeah,
This is supposed to take place in the same multiverse as the MCU films.
Yep.
Okay.
And as the Loki show.
Okay.
What does Loki see while he's in the TVA and the little security box that he's trying to get stuff out of?
Infinity Stones, several of them.
Several Infinity
several.
Stones.
Yeah, they had several of them.
Meaning that outside of the universe they're attuned to, they don't really do anything.
Or outside of the multiverse period. The TVA may be outside the multiverse. The stones may work anywhere inside the multiverse.
That's true.
Now, if you go by the comics, you're right. You know, the Infinity in the Avengers JLA crossover, when the Infinity Stones get drug into the DC universe and Darkseid's got them, they don't do nothing.
But the thing is, even that, though, is them suggesting they don't work outside of their
Quite possibly.
outside of their base.
It's not really them stating it and then changing their mind.
Yeah, they let us comic fans assume, because that was the thing. Like, oh, they got a bunch of Infinity Stones, and we all went high because, like in the comics, they don't work outside of their universe. And then they went up. But Taylor does have a point, because when you get to that last episode, they do then flip and go, well, yeah, each Infinity Stone is kind of attuned differently, and
But the most
destroy mine, but it won't destroy these.
But even more important than that, let's continue on with they don't work outside the multiverse. Where is the Watcher? Is the Watcher out the Watcher's home, where he is paneling through those crystals? Is that not outside the multiverse?
No,
Yeah.
it's on the moon. He's got a physical like house on the moon.
I'm going to gently ignore what
Yeah,
Jason said.
he has a physical house on the moon in the comics. Taylor may have you there because, yeah, they ain't never shown him on the moon in this.
It shows him in a big crystalline place, kind of paneling through windows of universes. That Ultron has to tear a hole to get into.
Yeah, he tears a hole in reality to get his hands on the Watcher.
Well, here's an idea. When Gamora makes that comment about this machine is attuned to the ones from my universe, but yet Ultron has all of them, you know, placed in his body. He's attuned to them, and they are with him. And like how Todd made the comment, they make when you got all of them, you're
Yeah,
whatever.
except that version they aren't.
Yeah, they definitely aren't in the
That's
movies.
just it. If those had worked like the ones in the comics, they couldn't have surprised him at all. It wouldn't have taken Thor doing something stupid. He would have known every damn thing they were going to do before they ever did it. He would have been omnipresent. He would have been.
Well, before we go any further than that, let's go ahead and move into episode 9, since it's a direct follow up to 8. What if the Watcher broke his oath?
Which is basically, oh shit, there's a multiversal threat. I'm gonna round up all the characters that we've had in episodes so far to go fight this shit.
Which, to be fair, one of them totally deserved to be there.
Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange totally deserved to be there.
Yeah.
He was the stoutest thing you're going to be able to find.
Yep. Unless you went and grabbed somebody else with the Infinity Stones.
But
apparently only madmen and psychos ever collect them all, so.
Yeah, that's also my big complaint of like, oh, the story's fine, except when you stop and go, yeah, but he could have just collected 6 stones himself 6 times over and just wiped the floor with old Ultron. Like, it would have just been a contest of who's faster at that point. Because you know that the stones are equal to each other. Because in the final fight...
That's also one of those kind of things. If you're actually trying to save the multiverse, or you really want to have something that powerful fighting in it, that may wreck the whole damn thing.
Then punch him through a hole to your house.
I'm taking you're not a big fan of these last 2 episodes, Tyler.
The thing is, I enjoyed them as like, oh, we're helping each other fight a big threat. But like, just because you left such an obvious answer to the question, how do we beat this guy? And it's an incredibly plausible and easily completed task. It bothers me. Because you're able to run and hide from him, and you just distract him long enough with your little distraction and just walk in with all the stones and slap him. Because the Watcher with no stone was in a realm of competition in a fight. He was losing, but he was there. Like,
he was in the proper scale, at least.
Yeah, when Ultron fights him, he's able to throw Ultron off and run. Like, he's able to temporarily hold equal ground for just long enough to get away. Just slap some stones on, come back and beat the boy. Like, beat this psychotic 4-year-old robot out of existence real quick and move on with your day.
You're forgetting one thing. You're forgetting one important thing. The Watcher likes a good story.
Yep.
Going and grabbing all these other characters, it's a big crossover, which if you like a story, if you like a comic book style story, the big crossover is what you're looking for. So yeah, he could have done that, but it wouldn't make as good a story. Drama queen.
But yeah, it's just that level throws me off. I enjoyed the interactions. I enjoyed Killmonger looking at another version of his cousin going, you are not my cousin.
Look at he said that just because technically it wasn't. Not the cousin, not T'Challa from the universe. That was actually my plot. The only plot hole the second plot hole that bothered me in that last episode is when T'Challa goes, "Hey, cousin," and Killmonger goes, "You're not my cousin." T'Challa wouldn't have known that Killmonger was his cousin. He would have known he was Wakandan. He wouldn't have known that was his cousin because they abandoned Killmonger. He didn't know that Killmonger was related to him until he saw his grandfather's ring on him.
Yeah. And
that version of Killmonger wouldn't have had that. So unless he just flat out went, "Hey, I'm your cousin," there's no fucking way for him to know it.
Maybe it was just a generic "hey cuz" sort of thing.
No, he said cousin like that was his family.
Because it's completely plausible.
Maybe the Watcher let him watch previous episodes.
Well, it's completely plausible that somebody else could have attained the title of Black Panther because that's part of their culture. You think you can step up to it? You step up and you fight, you win. Congratulations, you're the Black Panther. Has it happened more than once? No. But yeah, because anybody that wants to challenge,
you knew he was royal. You have to be a royal blood.
Well, if he's a royal blood, he'd have been some relation to him, so that might have just been him assuming cousin.
No, because who challenged him in the movie? M'Baku. He's not related to M'Baku. You have to be a royal blood, which meant you were part of one of the 5 tribes.
Oh, gotcha.
That's all you had to be. That's the reason why they went along each tribe and went, the border tribe won't challenge today. The mining tribe won't challenge today. All those people standing up there, including Nakia, they were of royal blood. It was anybody of one of the tribes of royal blood could challenge to be Black Panther.
Now, you could suggest that he's just so arrogant, he assumed it's his family no matter what. He's the Black Panther.
Then that part you could actually go with.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the trick when he goes, cousin. He goes, my cousin? He was saying that because, hell, you ain't the version of my cousin that's from my universe. Yeah.
You're alive. You can't be my cousin.
Yeah. Killed the motherfucker was you in my world. Oh, shit.
So overall, though, what did we think of the series?
Enjoyed it.
I had episodes that I liked more than others, but overall, yeah, I shut it for season 2 if the rumors are true.
Well, you know that by the last episode, you had that Easter egg where they basically show you, yeah, there's going to be a season 2 because you got that whole matchup of Agent Carter and Black Widow.
Tyler, what do you think of it overall? Before
The
we
group
get
was
off into
given a
something else?
name, so
It was okay.
I enjoyed it well enough, but it's just you kept them individual stories. There were individual stories, and I was like, okay, I'm cool with this. I'm cool with that. This one's okay. This one's not that great. This one's kind of meh. I really like that one. And then you made them cohesive, and I went, oh, okay, there's going to be an ending story. Cool. And then the ending story was just contrive enough for me to look at it and just go, well, that kind of taints the rest of them just a little bit.
So I was going to ask which I wanted for season 2, but apparently there's already rumors about season 2. So what are the rumors?
You're going to get more Captain Carter.
And it looks like you're also going to get Steve.
Yeah, but that's more Captain Carter. You're not getting Steve. You're getting Captain Carter. Basically, finds out that thing that they heavily hit since the Hydra Stomp was there, and somebody's in it that Steve might be in there. But the trick is, that's not What If, and that was not my favorite character of the goddamn series. I don't really want a cohesive What If. Because that ruins What If. The whole point of What If is you jumping all over the place, and this is different, and that's how this affects this, and this is how it affects that. I don't need a vehicle for a fucking knockoff Captain America. If you want to do a fucking Captain America thing, just do a goddamn Captain America cartoon and be done with it. I don't give a... She was not the be-all and end-all, and you could tell on the Disney side of things that that's who they really want to put. See, she's the new dude. I don't want chick. That's a knockoff. It's a knockoff of a character that you fucked up. Fix the character you fucked up.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't want a Captain Carter
series. I don't give a fuck about Captain Carter. No more than, okay, that was the first one. It's neat enough. Move on to something the fuck else.
Yeah.
See,
I don't want T'Challa's Star-Lord. I don't want continuation of this. Go do something else.
Yeah.
I am excited about the penitent Doctor Strange because I want him to show up in Multiverse of Madness.
Which he's rumored to.
That would be nice.
Because it would make sense for him to show up.
Yeah.
To a degree. Enough of a degree that I'd less like to see him. Even if it's just him passing by, sees the other him holding a thing that could end the multiverse going, no, you keep moving. I don't need another me in here interrupting this. You keep moving.
Or he could wind up being one of the villains. Who knows?
Yeah, because that's the trick. That was one of the things in that final episode where it was like, you could tell Killmonger was up to something. It was like, okay, might want to keep an eye on him. He's up to something. When you've got a fucking master mage that's loaded with demons, you don't trust that son-bitch neither. You don't. No.
I could easily see that version of Strange going full on Hal Jordan parallax.
Yeah, because
I want to reconstitute my universe. I don't care what I have to do that.
And the trick is, that's literally what you should see him doing, because he's got some shit in him that, I could easily see him being the kind of threat where he goes. Like I said, that was one of the things. That was another thing that bothered me. Why in the hell would you entrust that with his ass? Because he's got to be going insane. He's alone.
Yeah.
And the son of a bitch is literally full of demonic entities. That's not a good fucking idea.
Yeah, because at one point when he's around the others, yeah, he's.
Well, he casts a spell, and you have one of them things, and his hands turn into tentacles, and he kind of like does the old 50s version of the Fly and like pulls it back into his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good guy.
No.
He was every bit as fucked up as Killmonger was.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of morality, yeah, this motherfucker hell, he literally did the same goddamn thing Ultron did. He ended his fucking universe.
Yeah.
His wasn't intentional.
Bullshit. Because they told him, hell, the version of Strange is telling you go in the universe. The ancient one said you go fuck around in the universe. And he said, I don't give a damn.
Long as I get
what I want.
Yeah, his was arrogance of like willful ignorance and arrogance. Where Ultron was just like dedicated purpose to end his universe.
Ultron
and was somehow still slower.
Ultron thought he was bringing peace.
The piece of the grave.
Yeah. They made him essentially Judge Death.
Yep.
Judge Death and Judge Dredd, that was his whole thing. All crime was committed by the living. So how do you solve crime? You get rid of life.
Ta-da.
It's simple.
So anyway, it sounds like they've got some interesting threads they could do something with. Or they could just run into the ground next season. We'll have to wait and see. I am crossing my fingers that version of Strange pops up. I could really see him linking up with the Scarlet Witch, giving her what she wants.
Or trying to absorb the Scarlet Witch to gain more power to fix his universe.
That's always a possibility, too. But anyway, if anybody out there hasn't watched the rest of What If...
It's ruined now!
Well, yeah, there is that. I don't guess I'll bother suggesting you go watch it. But if you got opinions, if you notice some Easter egg we forgot, or you disagree with our opinions on something, let us know. You can leave a comment below. You can reach us at thenerdeternal@gmail.com. Or you can go to our website, thenerdeternal.com, and leave a comment there. We'd be happy to hear from you. If you'd like to support the show, on our website we have a merch store. If you wanted to throw a little money our way, we'd appreciate it. Barring that, just like, subscribe, tell folks about us. Anything like that helps, and we really appreciate it. So until next time, I've been your host, the experience that some call Jason, and with me today has been...
The Todd Father.
The Token Millennial, Darky.
CDL 113.
And we will see y'all next time.